You are now tuned in to another episode of the D&B podcast. I'm your host, Camille Salamander, and my co-host, KB the Mark.
Cause I'm a fucking mark for this shit.
Now today, y'all all know I am a huge fan of the almighty, former WWE champion, Bobby Lashley. And y'all gonna hear me vent for a little bit. I am not happy with the Big E cash in. I really believe they should have waited. I do think that AEW scared WWE because they passed Raw into the viewership. So I think that really played a huge part. WWE, they're gonna be WWE. They're gonna deny it to the max. But I believe that played a huge part along with Monday Night Football. The NFL returning, that plays a huge part, but it's a part that they panic in. They could have, expanded on the Big E and Money in the Bank thing. They could have had him held it until like the very last minute, like a month before it expires. You could have just did a lot more. I swear, the whole point of it was just to build anticipation until the big cash in. Like nowadays, they don't hold the Money in the Bank long enough. Back then they used to hold it for almost a year before they finally cash it in. But I just feel like it was over. It was poorly planned to me. So after the match, like they already Big E announced before the show even started that he was cashing in on Twitter. Then all through the show that was teasing it. There was interviewing. That was the whole segment of the show. It really focused around the Big E cashing. And he already made it known he was cashing in after the match, after the main event. So when the main event happened, my biggest problem of it, just to make Bobby look strong, they try to have him attack Matt Riddle, and then that's the spot with the tweaked knee. And then that caused, Big E to come out and he looking surprised, and he gave the ref the Money in the Bank, and he right there. So my thing is, he should have pushed him down, the referee down, to stop the cash in, or he should have took the count out loss. But it's WWE, they got to do the WWE way, whether go with not the obvious, because the obvious thing to do is he gonna cash in. He said he was gonna cash in multiple times today. So why not, after you pick up the pinfall win, why not stand in the corner and be ready for him to come out? That's the proper way to do it. That shows like what AEW be saying. They watch the product. That's something that AEW would do. Versus, let me go out and attack this guy for no reason and possibly, tire myself more, or like just happen, I'm gonna get an injury and then, I'm not at my full capacity when I face Big E when he come out and cash in his Money in the Bank to come for my championship. It don't make sense at the end of the day. It just, to me, it don't, even though they try to do the tweaked knee as a spot, it kind of make his character, like, I won't say demolish it, but it kind of demote it a little bit. Because now to me, it's like, all right, you big and bad, but you make dumb decisions. And that's stupid, because why would WWE go for that? Like you that's what I mean. It's the booking. Why would you book yourself into a corner like that? WWE keep doing this childish games like we not supposed to understand or go with the obvious and stuff. Like you feuding with somebody, that backstage, and you having an interview with your back turned so they can easily attack you. Like stuff like that. It don't make sense. And I'm very upset with the Big E cash. I don't no. My thing is, you put everybody big and everybody that has a name on SmackDown. Raw, second biggest star is Drew McIntyre. So Bobby Lashley is the WWE champion. So you gotta run Drew McIntyre, Bobby Lashley for 6 months straight. Nobody else on that roster is worthy enough. Now they're giving up Bobby and Randy Orton, but they put Randy Orton in the tag team because everything on fucking Raw need help. So now you got Bobby Lashley being the WWE champion, running tag team matches. It just really shows you that Raw is struggling, and it just don't make no sense. You broke the New Day up. Didn't even the only thing he changed about Big E is his entrance. He still dressed like he's part of the New Day. Still do his New Day mannerisms. You draft him to SmackDown so he can be a part for the New Day. Just to bring him back on Raw and had to be the WWE champion, and just to bring the New Day back together. That's what they gonna end up leading into. So it was like, what was the point of breaking him up for that year? Other than he could the same shit he did, he could have just did with the New Day. Just like Kofi achieved it with the New Day. Like I said, I don't want to see him as champion if he's still gonna be with like all the New Day mannerisms. I want him to be more serious. If you're gonna be a champion, I want you to be serious. That's what it is. I don't want you coming skipping around to the ring and you cheesing, dancing in the middle of the match. I don't want to see that as my champion. You my champion. I want you to be serious. Like you should walk around as if you got a chip on your back, as if people is following you around. Like at any moment you could be attacked. That's how you should move around. But as y'all can see, I'm upset that my almighty WWE champion Bobby Lashley lost his title. He's still my champion to me, but we all know they're gonna run Goldberg, Bobby Lashley, Part 2 at Saudi Arabia. We're gonna get the rematch at Extreme Rules, and it's gonna get interfered by not Bobby, but Goldberg. I'm predicting not a long run from Big E. I'm predicting the same outcome that Kofi had. Only time will tell.
Salamander, I understand that you are very upset by the way that the almighty WWE champion Bobby Lashley was treated. I'm sorry, the former WWE champion, the almighty Bobby Lashley. I mean, but what more can you expect from the third best act in WWE? Because Drew McIntyre was better than the Almighty. This was absolutely a reactionary move to AEW winning in the 18 to 49 demographics. But you know the sad part? AEW only won by 3,000. Monday Night Raw, WWE made it seem like they were completely blasted in the demographics. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Like, you didn't have to react like this. And I heard that this was already in the works. It was going to happen on the Monday night episode of the draft. So I just look back over Bobby Lashley's title reign. We never got the Bobby versus Brock match. And then you could have ran that at WrestleMania and gave Big E a special moment. This doesn't feel special. If we're going to allow Big E to cash in, it needs to be special. Because I was listening to other podcasters and they made a very valid point. You only win the title for the first time once. And that moment should be special. This was just a regular cash in on a Monday Night Raw in Boston. We could have given him a Seth Rollins type of treatment, where he cashes in where he cashes in, let's just say, a WrestleMania, Bobby Lashley versus Brock Lesnar. He interrupts that match like Seth Rollins interrupted Roman and Brock, and then he beats both of them in a triple threat match, and we really put Big E over as the next guy who's going to carry this company into the future. Instead, they just gave him a normal cash-in on Monday Night Raw. Like they said, you only win the title once. It's a shame that he had to have it like this. And I'll get into why it's such a bad move later on. But as of right now, this was a horrendous move.
It's funny that you bring up Brock Lesnar and Bobby, because that was one of the promises that was made to my boy, which is the whole reason why he returned. But when he returned, y'all gave him that BS segment with him and Sammy, I love my sisters. And then y'all paired him up with Leo Rush, which became the beginning of the Almighty. And then after that, he finally found his group. No, he had that stuff with Lana. Then he finally found his groove with MVP in the Hurt Business, and now he's coming together with this whole character. And he was just at his peak or beginning to get to his peak, and y'all do this. But my thing is, y'all ran Roman and Bobby, not Roman and Bobby, Roman and Brock so many times. But my boy can't even get the match that he was promised with Brock. That's all I'm saying. Same way Brock came and interrupted Roman at SummerSlam, could have did it with Bobby. It was both. That would have got more of a reaction, I think.
Yeah, I believe it would have got a better reaction. It
Didn't he face Goldberg at SummerSlam?
Bobby did, yes.
Yeah, so after when he got his son in the Hurt Lock, you just hear Brock come out. That would have been something, because him and Goldberg, Brock got history, so it makes sense too. Like, he got his respect and came out,
Yeah, there's just so much that this company should have done, could have done, would have done. There's a lot of shoulda, coulda, wouldas with this company. And it's sad that it has to be this way. Because they have the talented superstars to put out the best wrestling product on the face of the planet. But the booking, as you so eloquently pointed out so many times, the booking is just so bad. You just hate to watch great superstars waste their lives away. Wasting away the primes of their years in this promotion who don't really care about you. You're just a number to them.
Something? Fast forward the next day, on NXT 2.0. I don't like that. I don't like the new name. It kind of do like the logo kind of give me a Nickelodeon vibe. The old Nickelodeon with the splat, the spiel. It kind of gave me that. But I like the design, the new arena. I like that. But I'm not feeling the name. It's been rumored so many times that Vince, he don't want the indies, the skinny indies. He wants the big people that's, that's like the 80s. He wants the people built like Ultimate Warrior and Hulk Hogan and everything. So, but he had, I also think, some old Joe was fired. That's why I pulled the belt off him. But for the vacant NXT championship, for him to want new people and new faces of NXT, it's kind of weird that he would put the belt on the old person, on somebody who's been in NXT for over 5 years. That's kind of weird to me. But it make more sense to put on that new dude or put on Rick Steiner's son. And that's one thing that don't make sense. Why would they change his name at the last minute? His mannerism, his attire, everything, it resembles his dad. Why he's making known he a Steiner? I mean, y'all got everything else matching up to make it known. That's like you having the heart in there. They got the heart, they got the pink on and everything. Everything resembles the day of heart. But their name is Bush Backlund, some shit like that. Like, it don't make sense.
It definitely doesn't make sense. I didn't like how bright it was. It was incredibly bright in that arena. And I'm like, well, that's kind of a bad
and everything. I like that's it's cool.
Oh yeah. Like the stage design is dope. The smaller feel, it felt like they jam packed a lot into a small space. I just can't get over how bright it was.
Yeah.
And it makes sense that Vince would want to give the NXT championship to Tommaso Ciampa, because when he has Rex Steiner's son beat him, it'll be the final fuck you to Triple H. This is what I think of your product, which I never watched.
So is this a Triple H to AEW confirmed?
I was joking with somebody, I can't remember who, but I was just joking with him. How great would it be for Triple H and Shawn Michaels to jump ship?
It wouldn't be great.
Why not?
Yeah, they WWE guys. I can't imagine them. That's like saying, imagine, the Undertaker jumping to WCW during, the peak of the rivalry. It's like something you can't see. They've been with WWE for so long, you just can't see it. It ain't like it's a Daniel Bryan, like they made their name outside. Like they homegrown WWE guys. So to see them jump ship to somebody else, it'll be weird.
I guess. I agree with you to an extent, but I mean sometimes you just want to be respected.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna go ahead and take over. We do have some news for today. So speaking of Big E,
How you go ahead?
oh, that was funny. Speaking of Big E, I have the numbers, the viewership of that Big E episode with the Money in the Bank cash in that was announced before. Do you want to take a guess at the number?
Did it increase or decrease?
It definitely decreased.
We wasn't messing with it. We didn't like that. I'm saying it was WWE be averaging like what 1.5, 1.6. I'm saying it was probably like at a 1.2.
Okay, too low. So this story is the first story is coming from Wrestling Inc. Monday Night Raw drew an average of 1.670, down 9.68% from 1.849 last week, and it drew a 0.43 in the 18 to 49 demographic. It was up against Monday Night Football, the very first week, which was watched by 7.6 million viewers across ESPN and ABC.
That's why they're gonna decrease for the next couple of months because of football season.
Hey, bro.
Hey, you change up the booking, maybe you can bring some people in, and that's a maybe. SmackDown's doing 2 right now. I mean, shoot, that's all you gotta do is the booking, man.
They're floating around the 2, 3, 2, 6.
See, man, they loving it over there. Y'all the same company. What y'all doing wrong? That's the whole thing. And the thing is, the booking. It's the booking.
Just think, that was Big E's big moment. He advertised it before the show and everything.
You know why?
Nobody tuned in.
You know why? For one, it was too early, and for two, when they seen basically he was about to win, all right, I'm about to go watch football. That's why they didn't want to see the almighty drop right then and there. I'm telling you, it was too soon. It was too soon. They upset a lot of people. They even said, I even heard that, backstage was kind of feeling weird after that.
I think this is just more so about you just hating the fact that the Almighty lost the bet.
I'm gonna say it.
Well, at least you're honest about it, man.
I'm gonna say it.
At least you're honest. Second story, WWE offered Tasha Steelz a job as a referee during her NXT tryout. I know you probably don't remember, but I talked about Fire and Flavor a lot, the standout tag team that was in Impact.
Mm-hmm.
So this is Tasha Steelz. She is one half of Fire and Flavor, and she was just on. She was being interviewed by Tommy Dreamer, and she was talking about her NXT trial. And I just want to read you just a small passage, and this is what I couldn't believe that I was reading. So she went out, she tried out. She said she got a lot of feedback, and this is what she said. She said, so they asked her to be a referee. She was like, I was like, no disrespect, but that's not in my heart. That's not something I want to do. I had a couple of meetings with Mr. William Regal. He saw me at an indie show right after my tryout, and he knew what I could do. He really complimented me and said, I know what you can do. You're talented. If this is something you really want to do, you have to put your mind 100% into it, and being a wrestler is no longer. You have to be a referee. He actually gave me some time to think about it. It took a couple of days, and then I realized this doesn't have to be my end-all, be-all. There are so many opportunities out there and so many places I can go. She said she respectfully declined, and then she said, if there is anything wrestler-wise in the future, For me, I would love to be a part of the Black and Gold brand, but in the meantime, I have to turn down this position. So let me ask you this. How do you feel about William Regal trying to persuade her to be a referee when William Regal was never really a top guy in WWE?
All I'm gonna say this: just imagine training for years, and your dream job is to be a wrestler. And it's not like you bad. You do good on the indies. You get recognition every day to come in for a tryout. Just for them to tell you, hey, why won't you be a ring announcer? Ain't that like a slap in the face?
Absolutely.
But yeah, that's like the disrespect that was shown to Adam Cole after all his work he did at NXT, and they offered him to be a manager on the main roster. You know, they just showing disrespect on top of disrespect.
I find it funny how their women's tag division is lacking, yet they had a woman try out and just said, "Nah, we would much rather you be a referee."
All right.
And then these other wrestlers go other places and they are champions. Now I get it. Not everybody's meant for NXT. Not everybody's meant for WWE. So I get it. I understand. But it's just amazing how WWE doesn't see anything, yet they go to another promotion and it's an entirely different scenario. Mm-hmm. She was a former Impact Knockouts Tag Team Champion with Kiera Hogan. She's still in the Knockouts Tag Team division, going at it with Decay over the Knockouts Tag Team titles. But yeah, WWE wanted her to be a referee. It's just mind-boggling to me.
I don't know what to say anymore.
Don't say anything. This company is just a piece of shit. For the most part.
And when it comes to talent relations, yes, they are. When it comes to booking, yes, they are.
Absolutely. Number 3, or our third story of the day. Bray Wyatt drops big tease on his pro wrestling future. This is coming from WrestlingInc.com. He set the Twitter world ablaze when he said, "Everything will be clear. I'll see you all very soon. Revenge is a confession of pain." Now, if there are several different dates being thrown around, if he does debut for AEW, they're saying it's going to be the September 29th episode of AEW Dynamite, which is going to be in Rochester, New York, the home of Brody Lee. And if it's Impact, it could be right before their Bound for Glory pay-per-view on October 23rd. So, go ahead.
Why are we all playing? We know he going to AEW. That's where to be at right now. If you are somebody and you a free agent, where to be is AEW. He gonna take that Fiend character and make WWE jealous. I'm telling you, I think he gonna join AEW and Bo Dallas gonna join it. They gonna do something.
So here's what I've been sticking to. It depends on what gimmick he wants to do. Now, if he wants to come to AEW, I don't think the Fiend type gimmick is gonna work. If for some odd reason stuff like that just doesn't go across well with the AEW fan base, I think
but they're getting over a dinosaur.
I mean, that's different. This is spooky shit. Teleporting to the ring, we hated it when Matt Hardy did it.
Well, that's Matt Hardy. He ain't never did nothing like that. Bray Wyatt always been like that type of, creepy character. Even with the Wyatt family, but that's different with Matt Hardy be like, bro, you Virgin 1, what you doing?
But that's the thing, though. If he wants to do the spooky gimmick, I think he'll be better fit for Impact. If he wants to do the cult leader gimmick, then he would be better for AEW. If he comes into AEW, he's got a ready-to-go made storyline. Taking over the Dark Order as the new leader and saying he's doing it for Brody. But really, he's driving dissension within the group. So I'm hoping it's the September 29th edition, and he comes in and takes over the Dark Order. But if he goes to Impact, I'm not going to say I wouldn't be surprised. Braun's over there. They could do something. Well, Braun will be making his debut at the Bound for Glory pay-per-view as well.
It's not confirmed yet. Braun still got some time before he can pop up at AEW.
Braun's not coming to AEW. He's not wanted in AEW. He's a WWE guy. He can go to Impact and be great.
He could be another Luchasaurus.
Oh yeah, sure. Braun Strowman could be Luchasaurus. Choo choo. The Braun Express could be Luchasaurus. Let me know when Braun Strowman can do a backflip.
His gimmick could be like a tree. Like he immovable.
Like a tree.
I don't know. You know, they be coming up with goofy stuff. Getting it be over. They got over somebody wrestling with his hands in his pocket, wrestling like a sloth.
Do not disrespect Orange Cassidy like that.
They can get anything over.
Don't disrespect Orange Cassidy like that. First off, you've seen what Orange Cassidy can do when he decides to turn it on.
They can get anything over. That just proves they can get anything over. If they behind it, they can get the fans behind it.
Why do you hate on Orange Cassidy?
Not hate. It's not hate. I'm just saying they can get over somebody wrestling with their hands in their pants. Then they can get over anything. That's just because that's something you ain't never seen before. They can get that over. They can get anything over. That's really that. If you think about it, that's not a gimmick. Like they got over a lazy wrestler basically.
But he ain't lazy.
Yeah, he's not. But I'm saying like just that part piece of him just being hands in his pants and just chilling. Like they got that over. Like that actually got TV time and lengthy time. So that's what I'm saying. They can get that over. You can throw anything at them at this point and it could possibly get over. That's what I'm saying. They can work with any gimmick.
Well, that ain't true either because they tried Matt Hardy's broken gimmick and it didn't work. It didn't fly well with the AEW fan base and they trashed it and now he's Big Money Matt, a carny piece of shit.
It wasn't original. Where he started that at?
I think Impact.
Ring of Honor, Impact and stuff. Yeah, that works out there because that was something he started there. We seen everybody else. We don't know why he liked that. We just just one day he just became broken. But we seen everything in Impact. It made more sense there. Just like when he brought it over to WWE, it makes sense because like who broken you? That was over there.
I hear you, Salamander. I'm not going for it. Like I said, if he wants to do the Fiend type character, he can go to Impact. If he wants to be the cult leader Bray, he can definitely come over to AEW, take over the Dark Order. We can definitely get that going here. Next story. Kofi Kingston says he found out what he was doing on Monday's WWE Raw from social media. This is coming from WrestlingNews.co. I'll just read you a quick little quote that he said. He said, "Oh yeah, a lot of people ask us this all the time. You will be surprised. Usually as performers, we are the last ones to find things out. This week and last week, I found out on Twitter what I was doing on Raw. It was announced I would be in an 8-man tag team match, and I was like, oh, good to know. I need to prepare. Same thing last week when we had the tag team turmoil. I had no idea until I looked on social media and I saw it. If I didn't look on social media, I wouldn't known until I got to the building. Oftentimes, we have no idea what the show is going to entail, what we're going to be doing on the show, and even then, when we do know, then things change." What do you have to say about that? Why isn't the talent in the know of what the fuck they're doing?
You know why? Because they don't know. Vince McMahon don't know. He changed his thing. I don't know if he got Alzheimer's or not, but he changed things every minute. There's been plenty of times it's been reported that like at 7:40 he ripped the script and then they rewrite it as the show going on. How many times you watch Raw and you like, bro, why does this stuff seem like it's on the fly? It's because it is. It's so many times. I'm not surprised about that. That's like finding out you fired from social media. And I'm pretty sure That's been done before. That's like playing in the NBA game. You get drafted mid game and traded mid game. It's the same thing. You don't know. Because they don't know. They don't know what they're doing. They don't know till you get there.
But don't you think that's
promised us so many matches, but we didn't get? Why? Because they forgot. They don't know. We supposed to get Zelina Vega on 9/11 so she could show out. Why? Because she is one of the wrestlers on the roster that's actually has a meaningful story connected to the tragic events of 9/11. But what WWE do? Nothing. They're we just gonna let this match go on longer so we won't have to put that on there. It don't make no sense. I'll be mad if they told me I was gonna go on and all that. Then you have your mind set for that, and you dressed and ready, and last minute you keep looking at the clock, wondering when you gonna go on, and then they tell you, "Oh, we forgot," or "Oh yeah, we wasn't gonna do it. We meant to tell you, but no." It's ridiculous. I'm pretty sure you don't get that in other promotions. I'm pretty sure you probably know what you're gonna do for the next like 2 weeks.
Yeah, I do find that kind of weird that the talent is the last to know, and then even if you rewrite the show, they're still the last to know, and that's something that really irks me because you're paying this talent a lot of money, yet they're not being utilized to their full potential. And two, how can they be utilized to their? How can a talent be utilized at its full potential when they don't even know what they're doing when they get there? Like, how backwards is that? How can you even be okay with that as a leader of a company, a multi-billion-dollar corporation, and you can't even get the actual thing right that brought you guys to the dance? Like, what type of shit is that, Salamander?
Old man Vince.
It's gotta be something, because I'm just not understanding on how he can be okay with this. Like, are you okay with this?
No, I'm upset. I ain't fully watched a full episode of Raw since April. And why? Because I was really disappointed on the Raw after Mania. But I ain't watched that. That's the last episode, like full episode of Raw that I watched. SmackDown, on the other hand, I be tuning in all 2 hours. Just Raw.
That's not a hard thing to do, especially with the head of the tables on there. Speaking of the head of the table,
Nah, I watch SmackDown for Edge.
Of course you do. Of course you do. Support a loser like Edge. Next story, speaking of the head of the table, we have the PWI editor talks Omega being number 1 in the PWI rankings. We have the editor-in-chief Kevin McElveen. We have his explanation to why Kenny Omega was number 1. Are you ready for this?
I already know it. Because he a hater. Hating on the Almighty.
The Almighty was number 3. It's okay.
Right, he hating. We all know deep down the Almighty is the best thing going on in professional wrestling.
Yeah, the Almighty ain't got a belt, so he's disqualified. Moving on. So he tells us this. He is, and this is just in regards to Roman Reigns. He says he is SmackDown. The best work of his career to become the biggest star in WWE. About any other year, he would win. But he also says that what was most compelling about Roman Reigns were the incredible storylines, not the matches. The chief editor points out that Roman will go extended periods without competing, lose house show matches and 6-man matches, and he faced a small array of challengers. While Omega performed for smaller audience, the magazine feels he competes more often against higher level challengers. He says we're Pro Wrestling Illustrated, we're not Pro Promo Illustrated or Pro Storyline Illustrated. Kenny Omega, Impact World Champion, AEW World Champion, AAA Mega Champion. I don't know how you compete with that.
Well, I'm going to let you know, Kevin, you a hater. The Almighty is the best thing going on in professional wrestling right now. We all know the Almighty is better than Roman. Roman only got over because of the help of his cousins. The Almighty showed that he don't need help plenty of times. Roman Reigns never put nobody to sleep. If he did, God was little. Bobby Lashley put people his size to sleep, even bigger, i.e. Braun Strowman. Only thing the Roman does is hit a spear. That's it. He ain't never put that boy to sleep.
Oh, you mean the same? You mean the same spear that the head of the table hits? Speaking of which, didn't the Almighty require MVP's help to beat Goldberg? Speaking on that, didn't the Almighty take a clean pinfall loss to Xavier Woods? Want to see the head of the table doing all that now?
That's one thing. Every match,
that's three.
Roman get help. Things. Every match, Roman get help. And also, I'd rather have my Almighty champion take a clean pinfall loss than tap out.
I told you this once.
He tapped out. The referee.
I told you this numerous times. The head of the table never tapped out. I don't care what you thought you saw.
He tapped twice to the same person. It just the referee was distracted by who? His cousins. Roman never won a match by himself. He never came out there by himself and did a full match where he was cool. He never did any of that.
It took the almighty WWE champion Bobby Lashley, The Miz.
Yeah.
It took The Miz to cash in order for him to get his opportunity.
Look, he put The Miz to sleep. The Miz owed him that. I looked out for you. Now give me what I want. Got the match. Put him to sleep. Drew McIntyre tried to come back. What happened? He got put to sleep more than once. Roman, on the other hand, I come to win. I can't win. He overpowered me. Jimmy, help! And here they come running. Distract the ref. Super kick. Superman punch. Spear. Over. He got help every match, every title defense, anything that comes important. He got help. Bobby be on the mic. Roman be having Paul speak for him.
That's a lie. Roman Reigns cuts most of the promos now.
On the comeback, even when he was United States champion, Bobby was hitting promos.
And if I remember correctly, my tribal chief didn't need help in Hell in a Cell when he put to sleep the greatest little man of all time in Rey Mysterio. Your guy needed MVP's help to beat Drew McIntyre in the cell. Your guy needed MVP's help to beat Goldberg, an aging veteran on one leg.
You know why he didn't need help with Rey Mysterio? Because he a fucking bully. That's why he was like, this guy little. You know, I don't need my cousins. But let me face somebody like Edge. My cousin's gonna come help me. Daniel Bryan, my cousin's gonna help me. But this
no. We said
I don't care. What's gonna happen? His son gonna come out, put him to sleep too. Yeah. But
we sent Daniel Bryan packing to that pissant company.
Yeah, why?
AEW.
Why?
With no help. No help. No help. On Friday night, we beat Daniel Bryan's ass and we sent them packing to that pissant company, AEW.
The previous two fights that they had a couple weeks ago before that happened, he had help. The belt.
Listen, we've already established that your guy has just as much help as my guy. Except my guy isn't taking clean pinfall losses on Friday Night SmackDown.
Right, because he's too busy tapping out when the ref ain't looking.
Hey, man, my guy never tapped out, man. But your guy took a clean pinfall loss to Xavier Woods. Clean as a whistle.
Yeah, I'd rather have him take a clean pinfall loss than tapping out behind the ref back.
Hey. It counts on the record.
In the submission, his eyes open up. He ain't worried. He worrying. He's scared.
Hey, bro, it counts on the record books, bro. Your guy took a clean pinfall loss. It counts on the record books. I'm sorry. Moving on to the next one. AEW, All Elite Wrestling, has made professional wrestling fun again. This is coming from Kotaku.com. Just read you a small passage here just to get your opinions. Wrestling fans who tune in to watch any of AEW slate of programs on TNT or YouTube are guaranteed to see athletic feats of professional wrestling and organic, entertaining storylines throughout their shows. Newer wrestlers like Orange Cassidy, Britt Baker, the Doctor, Britt Baker, the AEW Women's World Champion, the Doctor, Britt Baker, DMD, and Jungle Boy have organically gotten over with AEW fans because they have been allowed to explore their characters and display their talents in the ring. Meanwhile, WWE continues to rest on its laurels. The once dominant force in pro wrestling has found a space to build up their newer talent through NXT, but whatever long-term booking and prowess that talent displays there is mismanaged almost without fail once they debut on the main roster of WWE. Instead of pouring its energy into building the talent it has, WWE has focused on bringing its older talent back for a ratings pop, which comes at the cost of underutilizing the fresh talent occupying its roster. What you got to say about that?
Yeah, AEW did make pro wrestling fun again. I mean, they brought CM Punk after a 7-year hiatus after he said he lost the love for it. He didn't want to come back, but they was able to persuade him. He didn't like the way they approached him when they first opened up. So what they do, they took some time back, corrected their mistakes, did anything that can show him that they are all about young talent and their fans, which is why he decided to come back and join AEW. And that's a prime example of what WWE need to do: care more about your wrestlers and not care about them as your money makers, and they actually giving you making you money at the end of the day. So you should actually treat them with more respect and not treat them like independent contractors, how y'all do. So it just shows you the difference between the two.
I'm glad you said that because it absolutely does show the difference between the two. Because AEW is not that much different from WWE. They're utilizing the older guys, but if you watch, they're using the older guys to get the younger guys over. And that's not what WWE is doing. We just saw that with Bianca Belair and Becky Lynch. They brought back a returning Becky Lynch to pretty much squash Bianca Belair. So many times WWE has squashed the young talent. We saw it earlier on with Karrion Kross losing to Jeff Hardy, the babyface, with his feet on the ropes in under 90 seconds. He was the undefeated NXT champion, never lost, yet he comes to Monday Night Raw and takes a clean pinfall loss as the NXT champion. Just started a program with the returning Samoa Joe. How many times have we seen the younger talent not even looked at because there were guys like John Cena, Brock Lesnar, Randy Orton, just those guys plus more, Dwayne. They canceled CM Punk's title run in order to get that dream match with Dwayne and CM Punk. Dwayne and John Cena. It's shit like that. It's talent that is overlooked, that once they go somewhere else, it's amazing what they can be. It's amazing because it seems like you have to be born into WWE in order to be successful at WWE. Does that sound about right to you?
Yes.
How backwards is that?
If you never have a wrestling background, you could be a gymnastics star and come over and making WWE over somebody who's been wrestling for 10 years right now. So it just shows you what the fuck they're talking about.
Literally. It's amazing. It's amazing. Moving on, we have our next story. QT Marshall talks about WWE's arrogant mindset on signing wrestlers for their looks over wrestling ability. This is coming from WrestlingNews.co. This is
you don't even need to read all that. That just goes into what I just said. Like, you could be a motherfucking star athlete in whatever sport, or just be an actor that's just really fit, and WWE will sign you over somebody who's been wrestling for 10 plus years, who's actually a vet and the actual technician and actually get this wrestling stuff, versus somebody who don't. You really got to start over and teach this guy from the ground up, all because he got the look. It just shows you, WWE, they really signed that person, Like I guarantee you, if he wasn't a successful actor, the guy that played Aquaman, if he wasn't a successful wrestler, I guarantee WWE would be trying to sign him because he got that look. Like, he got the look of a wrestler. They will, what's his name? Jason. Uh, Dang, what's his? It's Jason something. But he married to Lisa Bonet.
I can't think of his last name, but here's what I will say, because I do just want to read the quote, because it's arrogant on how they said it, but this is what he said. And I think it's really going to upset you, because it upset me when I heard about it. So he said, unfortunately, I've been to so many WWE tryouts, so many of those extra gigs where it's like, how tall are you? How much do you weigh? Just all these things. And it's like, wait, you're not even giving me a chance to wrestle yet before you're asking me these questions. He said, I remember at one of the tryouts I went to, they literally told us we can teach anyone how to wrestle. What an arrogant mindset at the time. I do understand what they're talking about, because I have actual professional athletes that come to me and want to train. Of course, it's easier to train them if they're wrestling fans, because they're athletic already. He said this in 2009. That was 12 years ago. They still have this mentality. Does this just explain why the product is dying, Salamander?
Yes, it does. Look, they go around. We all know how to be doing their training. So they all lined up. They look. How tall are you? Oh, I'm 5'8". How much you weigh? I'm 190. 2% body fat. Cut. How tall are you? I'm 6'5". How much you weigh? I'm 280. 1% body fat. Oh yeah, push him to the top. That's how they be. Like, the person that passed on could be, a 4-time IWGP heavyweight champion, and it's just the fact they don't get that respect. They'll rather go for the way they keep this up. They gonna end up having a lot of great colleagues, and we see how that work out. I mean, Omar, he ain't got no wrestling background. We see, is he learning? Yes, but he's surrounding himself around who? A wrestler that knows what he's doing. That's a veteran. That's on the indies. So it just shows you. But I guarantee if they just push him as a single star, he wouldn't be as big. Like, we would be like, get this man off TV. We'd be doing him like we did Great Khali. But it just shows you, they keep this ignorant mindset of me. We thought NXT was the future. NXT is just gonna be the past again. NXT gonna be the next ECW, especially because Mr. McMahon is taking over.
Definitely, I agree with everything you said. Last story, Vince McMahon says AEW isn't anywhere near close to the competition WCW was to WWE. This is coming from Bleacher Report. He said this on the second quarter earnings call. I don't consider them competition in the way that I would consider WCW back in the day. Not anywhere near close to that.
Well, you gotta be a damn fool, because your booking says otherwise, i.e., the Big E cash in. God damn, why y'all do my dog like that? Now I hear they about to bring back the Hurt Business. Like, it's too late for that shit now. Should have bought that shit back months ago. Hey, maybe that was there. He wouldn't have lost that shit. I'm mad. Hey.
Nah, get it out. I agree with you 100%.
If Roman got his cousins, why Bobby had to lose his two people? Hey. Man, nobody would dare cash in on Roman. Why? Because his cousins gonna come. Hey, they could have got it at the bottom. They had to break the Hurt Business up for nothing. I'm upset.
All of our fans and subscribers, Salamander is clearly upset.
I'm upset.
You should be. The almighty, the bum-ass almighty, former WWE champion Bobby Lashley didn't even hold a candle to my two guys.
Roman,
and that Salamander
the title at Extreme Rules to my boy Finn Balor.
Salamander, I'm just here to tell you.
Brock Lesnar interference.
Salamander, I'm just here to tell you, it's been an almighty day. It's been an almighty day.
Why they had
It
to
was
be
a
my boy?
it was a great Monday when the Almighty lost.
It wasn't. I went to bed early. I was mad. I don't even think I really slept that night. I was mad.
I'd have went to bed early too, supporting the loser like the Almighty.
Then you had the nerve to text me talk about he about to lose.
I told you I tried to tell you to watch his last 5 minutes of his reign. No response. Sat here and told you he's in his last 5 minutes.
So I was mad. I was like, why he cashing in on Bobby?
Why would he cash in on the head of the table and get his ass beat?
Doing it like this. They should have waited. I was more disappointed at the fact that they didn't wait, because I would think, the original report of them doing it during the drive, that would have been more meaningful than now, just on a random episode of Raw. Yeah, but I mean, that was the main thing. I wasn't really disappointed that that he lost. It was just more of the fact, like, if he gonna lose to a cash in, make the cash in meaningful versus just a random episode. Like, have him cash in at the pay-per-view, that's meaningful. It's a pay-per-view. Or have him cash in at the draft, like they could do something where Bobby get drafted. Bobby get drafted to SmackDown, but Big E get drafted to Raw, so he end up cashing in on Bobby to keep that title on Raw, like something like that.
You know what would have been better? Him cashing in at Survivor Series.
Something.
Roman leaves, Big E's music hits, because of course Roman Reigns was going to win. Roman wins, Big E cashes in on the Almighty, and we give him that great moment. Maybe after the stare down with Dwayne, Bobby Lashley can go in there and try to attack Roman. He catches Rock's bottom from the People's Champ, The Rock, and then Big E comes in and cashes in.
Man, what could have been? One more question before we head out of here. How long do you think Big E? Well, two more questions. One, how long do you think Big E title reign will be?
I'm going anywhere between 3 and 8 months.
And within this title reign, what would you like to see?
I want to see him. God, there aren't that many heels outside of Bobby. Give me more Big E and Sheamus. Loved it when they were going at it when Sheamus was on SmackDown. I want to see. There aren't any heels. Give me Big E versus AJ Styles for the belt. He catches the phenomenal forearm into the big end.
You know what? I heard that the Hurt Business is gonna come. I don't know if it's gonna be Cedric Alexander and Shelton Benjamin again, but what if Apollo Crews and Commander Azeez is a new Hurt Business?
I can get with that.
Yeah.
I can definitely get with that.
But another thing is, Shelton Benjamin, they've been off TV for a while. What if they are repackaging the two, bringing them in separately? But when Shelton come back, he come back with a "Ain't no stopping me now." Yeah.
God,
Then you could get him a little push to the IC or the United States title.
Keep the new neighborhood jobbers off of my television.
I think he got one more time to regain himself.
Nah,
I hate seeing all the attitude and the ruthless aggression era stars becoming like when they come back, they don't look the same, or they're not getting the respect that they deserve. They are legends. Like, they shouldn't be getting buried and squashed and stuff like that. Like, no, I don't believe that. Like, I hate seeing Jeff Hardy lose to fucking Jinder Mahal and chasing around the 24/7 geeks and shit like that. Like, the fuck you gonna do with that title? You fucking Jeff Hardy. Fuck you doing? Fucking seeing Shelton Benjamin drop out being in the fucking tag team. Like, do you know where you came from? Do you know that you was the best tag team ever with Charlie Haas teaming up with fucking Kurt Angle with Team Angle? Like, the hell? Like, that's the thing. Like, Carlito gonna come back. He gonna be getting squashed, getting beat up by fucking Jinder Mahal shit. Not knowing that, like, you know, this is a motherfucking legend. Like, I hate the way they get treated. Chavo Guerrero will come back. He's gonna get squashed. He gonna lose to fucking Tony Nese and them and shit. Like, the fuck? No. He is a motherfucking legend. Like, I don't like the way that been looking. I don't know. I think the legends should be getting treated better. They ain't gotta get pushed to the top, but they shouldn't be chasing around the 24/7 title for damn sure. I'd say that.
Jobber legend Jeff Hardy. It has a nice ring to it, though.
And they gonna give you back your fucking song just for you to job out. What the fuck?
Legendary jobber Jeff Hardy. Jobber to the stars Jeff Hardy. Has a good ring to it, don't it?
No. Well, guys, I'm gonna ask y'all like a couple questions in the comment section below. 1, how long do y'all think Big E title reign is gonna last? 2, what do y'all want to see out of his title reign? 3, how do y'all guys feel about WWE treating our yesterday legends? Let us know in the comment section below. We will reply to all of them whenever y'all comment on them. But until then, I'm Camille Salamander and my co-host KB the Mark, and we will return back with another episode pretty soon. So go ahead, check, just be on the lookout for those. But until then, we'll see y'all on the next one.
I started with nothing and came out a king. I've been the one that's been ballin' for rings. It's been me and my team and we chasing the green. My team be the shit, we ain't ballin' for free. My team be the shit, we ain't ballin' for free.